Okay, so I have shuffled the enemy operation stack, and that was quite unfortunate because now there is a fairly large force here at Halicarnassus, and it would have been much better if they only had 2 troops defending, but now they have 4 troops and they still have their wall. But okay, that happens. The operation stack is reshuffled and we get to draw from that next turn, if there is a next turn, which I hope there isn't. I hope that I can finish this with just 1 turn, but let's see what happens. So that was the enemy part of the turn, and now we get to the conquest part, so we get to roll for roll the scouting roll for our troops, and let's hope for the best here. Let's hope for a pretty high number. A 6 would be ideal, I think. Of course not. That's a 2. We have 5. We have 7 units in our army. The siege engines count as 1 unit, so we have to pay 5 gold to be able to move into Sardis, and I think we have to do this. So we will pay 5 gold, going from 12 to 7, and move into Sardis. And now we get to attack Sardis. So let's move this to the battlefield. They have the walls here, which inflict -4 on my troops. Then they have some archers and an infantry unit, which has an initiative value of 2. I could use my insight here to stop them from drawing any battle plans, since they would be drawing 4 for the 4 units they have, but I think I will just use Parmenion this turn as well, and they get to draw 1 random battle plan. So let's see what that is. See, drawing randomly. And that's a rally once again, and that's stop 1 hit. Okay, so that wasn't too bad, and now I get to choose my battle plans. Alexander has a battle value of 2, so I get 2 free plans, and I will take lead, I think, once again. Well, maybe not this time, since there are no enemy leaders in this army. Maybe lead is not the best to choose. So I will actually take... This is strange. Normally, envelop would be amazing here. Inflict hits equal to force advantage. I would be able to deal 3 hits immediately, but that doesn't work. The envelop battle strategy or battle plan can only be used if there are no walls present, and since they have 2 walls, I have to destroy the walls first. But that might actually be still a good battle plan to use anyway, because yeah, if I manage to destroy the walls, I can just immediately kill these 2 guys. I think I will take envelop actually, and I will take rally as well, giving my siege engines some time to destroy the walls and not taking any hits on my troops. So those are the free ones. Sadly, every unit has to attack each turn, even though they cannot do any hits. So my cavalry, even though they cannot hit through the walls, they have to attack. So they will be attacking during the first combat round. Now, hopefully, one of these walls will be destroyed by then, so that they have a chance of inflicting some hits. But we'll see what happens. So I think for that reason, I don't actually know. I don't think I can spend all that. I don't think I can spend that many. That much gold on these plans. That's pretty risky. It would mean that we cannot move down to Ephesus or Caria to be able to move into Halicarnassus. Well, if we choose to raise, we would get additional gold, but I'm still kind of wary of spending too much gold here. Yeah, I think I don't actually know. This is, yeah, I think I will buy one flank as well. So that's 1 gold, going down to 6 gold here. Basically they have this rally, so I have to do everything I can to kill them as soon as possible, and I will buy 1 flank, giving my cavalry a chance to actually kill the infantry unit as soon as possible. So okay, this is what the battlefield looks like, and now we get to roll. So we start off with our siege engines, which have an initiative value of 6, and they hit walls on a 3 or less. So let's hope for the best. Let's hope for 2 hits here. That's actually 2 hits. That's amazing. Great. So we get to destroy one of these walls, and they also go here, destroy the enemy forces, so we will get additional gold for destroying the walls. So that's great. Now this gives my cavalry a chance to hit. The companion cavalry can hit on a 2 or less, and the heavy cavalry can hit on a 1 or less, and my phalanxes also have a chance of hitting. Sadly, Alexander does not have a chance of hitting, but that's okay. This was an amazing roll, I think. I really needed this, so let's hope for the best now. Now their archer attacks. And that's a 6, so that's a complete miss, which is amazing. And now my companion cavalry attacks, and it hits on a 4 or less. And that's a 2, that's great, that's 2 hits. And they can stop one of these hits, but I will use my flank battle plan, dealing an additional hit, which will score 2 hits, killing this infantry unit here. And they will use up their battle plan to stop one of the hits. I don't actually, well, maybe they, this might have been wrong. Let's redo this now that I think of it. Yeah, this is pretty bad, but okay. They get to keep the infantry, and they stop 1 hit on the wall. Otherwise this would be cheating. So this was pretty easy to roll back, so I will do this. They will stop one of the hits on the wall, and the wall will only be damaged, which makes that basically makes only my heavy companion cavalry able to attack through the walls. And since it rolled a 2, sadly it does no damage, and the cavalry is spent. So I will yeah, I didn't buy the charge anyway, so that's beside the point. So we move on. Their infantry gets to attack. I don't want to cheat here. I kind of forgot that they had that rally. I was so excited that my siege engines actually did 2 hits. But let's see, their infantry attacks, and it hits. So that's bad, but okay. I will wound my, I don't know, maybe I should wound my normal. Yeah, I will wound my normal heavy cavalry. Or, no, I will stop this hit actually. That's better. I will use my rally and stop this hit. I have to, it's kind of hard talking and keeping all this in mind with the extra battle plans and such. Normally this isn't that difficult of a game, but sometimes you do forget certain things. So yeah, I will stop that hit with my rally, which means that none of my units will be wounded this turn. So now my phalanxes get to attack, and they only hit on a roll of 1. But it would be amazing if we could get 1 hit from this attack. And that's 2 2s, which is really sad because they would both be hitting normally on that roll. So once again my phalanxes fail to do any hits, and Alexander cannot attack at all, or he can, but he cannot do any damage. So now we move on, and now it's my siege engines again. Oh my god, drop the dice. That's 2 5s, complete miss, nothing happens. Terrible, terrible. Now I kind of regret taking this envelope, but whatever. So we move on. Their archers attack. That's a 1, obviously, that's a hit. So they hit my heavy cavalry. And now I get to refresh my companion cavalry, but it does not get to attack. So now their infantry attacks. And that's a 4, so that's a miss. Now I get to refresh my regular heavy cavalry, and now my phalanxes attack again. Come on. Just 1 hit. That's all I need. Just 1 hit. Nope. 0 hits. And Alexander can't attack, like previously discussed, so we move on to the siege engines again. Come on. Yes, that's 1 hit. So we get to destroy this stupid wall here. Now it's finally destroyed. Okay. And this turn, well, first we have their archer attacking. So let's hope for the best here as well. Nope, that's a hit. Of course it is. Of course it is a hit. And this is this is quite interesting actually. Yeah, I think I will sacrifice. Yeah, I will sacrifice my regular heavy cavalry. It will die, unfortunately. I think I really want my companion heavy cavalry and my phalanxes at their full strength, so I will do that. And now the companion heavy cavalry gets to attack, and now it hits on a 2 or less. And that's a 2. That's great, because those are 2 hits, and you can assign the hits to walls. So this heavy cavalry will destroy this stupid wall here, and I will use envelop to inflict hits equal to force advantage, immediately killing these, since I have 6 forces and they have 2, so that's 4 hits, and these are immediately destroyed. Okay, so there we go. Well, I mean, I lost 1 unit, but it could have been much better. I think I was pretty unlucky. I was unlucky with them drawing another rally. There are actually 2 rally plans in their cup there, so they have a fairly high chance of drawing one. But okay, Sardis is conquered, and I will once again choose to, let's see here, raise this area. Now they have pissed me off, and I will not govern them. I will burn them to the ground. I will leave a trail of fire in my wake. So I will gain 12 gold, bringing me up to 18 here. Now they get to learn that they should not be messing with the young Macedon. So we have 18. We gain 2 glory for the battle as well. And now we did not use the insight, so we get to keep that. And yeah, we get to move on, and we get to roll another scouting roll. So let's hope for the best here. If we roll a 6, we get to move freely. So let's see. It's a 3, so we need to pay 3 gold to be able to move, and we will of course do that, bringing us down to 15. And we will move down to Ephesus. Since there are no armies there, we just get to move on, so we will get to roll another scouting roll here. That's a 1, so we need to pay 5 gold to be able to move into Halicarnassus. But I think this is worth it. We have to do this. We are committed now, so we go down to let's see, 10 gold. Pay 10 gold, we move into Halicarnassus, and now we have to face this army, which also has a wall. So let's see here, but these are not that strong actually, so this might work. So for the best, let's order these troops, like so. Okay, I think I will stop the video now and start another one. Okay, so we are now at the battlefield of Halicarnassus. We have besieged the stronghold, and the enemy has 5 units, we have 6 units. If I were to use Parmenion, the enemy would still get to draw 2 battle plans, so I think this is as good as time as any to use my insight and basically deny the enemy any battle plans at all. I think that would be a wise decision, so I will do this. I will use my insight, put it over there, and now the enemy does not get to draw any battle plans. I still get to draw 2 free battle plans, and then I can spend gold to gain additional ones. Now I have 10 gold pieces left, and this is actually my final destination and the final army, so I only need, at most I would be needing 5 gold right now to be able to move into here, into Nicaea. But that might be dangerous, because that would mean that I don't get to, well actually if I raise Halicarnassus I could buy additional battle plans down there. So I think I will do that. I will actually be extremely careful or safe here, and I will draw my 2 free battle plans, and I will buy 5 additional battle plans with my gold. So I will, let's see, I will actually give Alexander the lead battle plan this turn. There is still no leader in the army, but I think it's safer for him to be a bit stronger. I will also buy rally, so these are my free ones, and now I have to buy, so I will buy flank, I'll buy charge, regroup, and yeah, I will buy envelop as well. So let's see, those are 2 free and then 4. I will buy an additional no, wait. I will buy an additional charge, actually. Yeah. So the regroup one is just to be careful and just to be sure to be able to have a full force against Nicaea. So I will pay 5 gold. I now have 2 charge plans, 1 flank, 1 rally, 1 regroup, 1 envelop, and 1 lead. So that's, see, no, that's not that one, it's this one. We now have 5 gold left in the treasury, which will still allow us to be able to move into Nicaea after this siege. Well, I could spend, actually I could spend more. If I have to conquer this. I have to conquer this stronghold. So yeah, let's do that. Let's mark this somehow. Let's bring out some more dice here. Why not? Why not do? It's stupid not to do this. So we have 2 charge so far. I will add 2 more, bringing us up to 4. So there we go. We have 4 charge battle plans. And then I will buy, so that's 2 gold, so I have 3 gold left. I will buy an additional 3 flanks to bring my flank up to 4 as well. This doesn't really matter. I think this army is actually stronger than the other army, so if, well, this might actually be overkill, so let's not go this far. Let's go to 3 and 3, giving us 2 gold left in the reserve, so we can actually do this on the last turn if we need to. So we go down to 2 gold left in the treasury. Okay, so we begin the battle stage by rolling siege engines versus the wall. So the siege engine attack and hit on a 3 or less, and that's a 1 and a 1, so that's immediate success. Great. The wall is immediately destroyed, goes up there, and yeah, so that's great. So now we get to the enemy attacking here. They have faster units, so they will attack with their archer, which hits on a roll of a 2 or less. That's a 2, obviously. Why not? The enemy archers have been really deadly this game, so I will actually choose to stop. Yeah, I will choose to stop this hit with my rally battle plan. Then their peltas get to attack, and they only hit on a roll of a 1. So let's be lucky here, please. Yeah, that's a 2, so they miss. Great. And then it's their chariot and their heavy cavalry versus my heavy cavalry. So their heavy cavalry attacks, and they hit on a roll of 3 or less. That's a 5, that's great, that's a miss. Their chariot attacks, and their chariot actually have a battle value of 3 with a superscript of 1, so they would need a 1 to inflict 2 hits. Otherwise they only inflict 1 hit on a roll of 3 or less. That's a 2, well, that's acceptable, I guess. So that is 1 hit somewhere. Question is where. I could choose to assign that hit to Alexander, bringing him down to level 1. That might actually be the best choice here, and I will do this. I will de-level my Alexander. Sad as it is. I think it's the best choice. Okay, so now my heavy cavalry gets to attack, and I do have some flank battle plans, so if the attack is successful, I get to inflict a lot of wounds here. That's a 6, so sadly that's a miss. And now we exhaust all the cavalry units here. And I will use one of my charge battle plans to keep my cavalry going. Okay, now my 2 phalanxes get to attack. Come on guys, come on. This is where you're supposed to shine. Oh, well, that's 1 hit at least. So 1 phalanx scores 1 hit, and it gets to attack again with a battle value of 3 this time. And that's another hit. Great, that's 2 hits for one of my phalanxes. And then it gets to attack again with a battle level of 2. And that's a 4, so those are 2 hits. So I think I will kill off the archer and the peltas. They only have one wound each that they can take, since their cavalry can't actually attack next turn. And by doing so I will envelop the enemy, dealing, let's see, I have 6 units, they have 2. I will deal 4 hits, meaning that both the chariot and the heavy cavalry is down. So we have successfully conquered Halicarnassus. Wasn't that difficult. And we will choose to raise once again. No pity here. Burn them all, I say. And we get 12 gold, bringing us up to 14 gold. let's see here, 10 and a 4. And that's basically it for this battlefield. So we get to clean up here. Sadly we lose all of our extra battle plans here, but whatever, it's not that important. The one thing you can do, you still get to finish your turn when you successfully complete the objective. So you could buy one city, giving you some extra victory points. So we have to keep that in mind. Maybe we should keep 5 gold around to be able to do that. But you also get extra gold from raising the Nicaea region, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So let's move on. Let's do a scouting roll here. Obviously that's a 1, so we have to pay 5 gold to be able to move into Nicaea, and we will do that, of course, bringing us to 9 gold in the treasury, and we move into Nicaea, and I will be back with the battlefield for Nicaea. Okay, so this is the battlefield for Nicaea. This is the final region that we have to conquer. If we are successful here, the game is won, and we get to see how many victory points we manage to collect during this campaign or this scenario. The Lycians, or the people defending Nicaea region, are or have an army of a light cavalry, a peltas, and an infantry unit. These are pretty weak units. They also have a wall, so they have 4 forces, but I will use my advisor Parmenion, and they will only get to draw 1 battle plan. So let's do this now. Let's see, this one. That is infantry gets +2/+0 first turn. Okay, so this guy is our main target right now. Let's hope that we can kill him before this happens, even though I don't think there's any danger in me losing this battle. But let's move on. So now I get to draw my battle plans, and since I de-leveled Alexander last turn, I only get 1 battle plan for free, and I don't think it actually matters. I will be getting 12 gold for raising this area once I'm successful, so I can spend all 9 gold if I wanted to, and I think I will do that, or spend as many as I find relevant. Did I gain glory for the Halicarnassus campaign? I don't actually know. Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter, so yeah, even if, yeah, it doesn't matter, so let's say that I stopped up here, conquered Sardis. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8. I paid 3 for, yeah, I forgot to gain 2 glory for defeating Halicarnassus. So yeah, we are at 5 glory. Okay, this is not that important if you just play this map, but if you move on to the campaign, the large campaign, the glory can translate into immortality points. So that's for that reason it's kind of important to actually have the correct amount of glory for the turn. So okay, let's continue on with the battle plans. I take 1 rally, envelop once again, flank, why not, charge, why not, lead, also why not. I don't need regroup actually, I can take sacrifice this time. So okay, let's see. We get lead for free. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are left with 4 gold if we do that. So I will buy 2 additional flank and 2 additional what's it called, charge, bringing me to 0 gold. Okay, that's fine. So now we get to resolve the battle. First my siege engines attack their walls, and that's a 2 and a 6, so that's 1 hit on the wall, and the wall flips over, giving just -1 attack right now. And now they get to attack. Their light cavalry gets to attack. It hits on a 2 or less. Let's see. That's a 2. Of course it is. Since this is a cavalry unit, they will deal 2 damage. I will stop one of these. And well, I will just wound one of my phalanxes, I think. Yeah, that's fine. I will wound a phalanx. I had hoped not to have to do that, but okay. And then their peltas attack, and they only hit on a roll of 1. That's a 6, so that's a complete miss. Their cavalry unit is exhausted and spent. And then my heavy cavalry gets to attack, and it hits on a 4. Well, with the wall it only hits on a 3 or less. That's a 5, so that's a complete miss. Then we get to their infantry, which actually have +2/+0 first turn, so they hit on a 4+, and that's a 4. So that's interesting. Also my heavy cavalry is spent, but I will use a charge to a charge battle plan to ready it for attacking again. Well, I could kill, or I could, yeah, I think these just, yeah, these are also destroyed with 1 hit. So I could destroy one of these, but I really want to destroy this wall as soon as possible. So the question is, if I wound my other phalanx, it will not get to attack. Well, it would, but it would probably not be able to hit. So I think I will wound my heavy cavalry. Let's hope I'm not rushing through this, because it feels like I am rushing through this right now. And this could end badly, but okay. They have used their battle plan, so that goes away. And then my full strength phalanx gets to attack, and it hits on a 3 or less. That's a 5, so that's a complete miss. And then we have my wounded phalanx attacks, and it hits on a roll of 1. That's a 6, complete miss. And then Alexander gets to attack, and he also hits on a 1. But he deals 2 damage, or deals 2 hits if he hits. So let's see. That's a 5, complete miss. Okay, we then start all over again, and my siege engines attack their walls. And that's a 2 and a 5. So the wall is destroyed. Okay. Now their light cavalry can't attack, but we can ready it for the next turn. And then their peltas attacks, and they hit on a roll of 1. That's a miss. Then we have their infantry and my heavy cavalry. So first their infantry attacks, and it hits on a 2 or less. That's a 5, complete miss. My heavy cavalry attacks, and it hits on a 3 or less. Yes, that's a 1. And I will obviously use 1 flank here, dealing 3 damage. So I will kill their peltas and their light cavalry. And I will then use the envelope to completely decimate this infantry unit that's still standing. Which brings me to a victory against the Lycia region. And I will obviously choose to raise it as well, bringing my vengeance down on anyone standing in my way, giving me 12 gold as well. That's pretty nice. Okay, so now I have successfully destroyed all of the strongholds. There's no need to go on, so I will end the conquest step, and then I will gain gold for all the destroyed units here. These are already paid for. I don't really know how many there are. Doesn't really matter at this point, since I will just be playing this map, so we don't have to do this step, but let's just see for curiosity's sake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 units. So we gain 13 gold, bringing us up to 25. And there's actually I think there's a token for 25, maybe not. Okay. Go like this. Okay. So we managed to destroy 13 units in one turn. That's decent, I think. We only lost 1 unit of our own, and 2 other units were wounded in the process, but that's fine. And then I can spend, also once again I forgot to gain the 2 glory here, and then I can spend my glory and my gold, and I will be spending my gold here, 5 gold, to build a city in Lycia, or in the region of Lycia, which would give me 5 victory points. And the campaign would end, or the scenario would end. We have this unfulfilled prophecy, but that doesn't matter. We never got to that turn anyway, so we can put that aside. And as we can see, we did not gain any penalties on the victory points overall, since we did this in 2 turns. So we gained 24 victory points for being for conquering this in a fast fashion, plus the 5 victory points from our city, giving us 30 victory points altogether. Okay, so that was the successful conquering of the scenario of Granicus, and I will be back with some final thoughts.